Yo, what is good, y'all? It's your boy Ray Reacts back with another reaction. As you can see today, we got some. With my top, hey, round with my top, yeah. Caught him lacking with his friends. Popped him twice up in the knee. Now he waving out his hands. Smoked the nigga off a blunt and then I do my dance. So we setting up your mans. Told my bitch to rob his ass while she taking off his pants. Niggas think I'm pussy cause the dress up in my face. Knocked his ass up off the block. Body riding on the pay. Round with my top. By I'm Kevin. We have an anime reaction. Akiba Maid War is ridiculous. I've seen Akiba Maid, but I've never watched it. So I'm going in blind. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
CJ, LS Trace did it to you, huh?
Oh, damn.
Now you may be wondering how we got here. Why one maid just laid another maid out? By the title, you're probably like, yo, Kev, what are you watching?
Oh, you getting a subscribe, my boy. I've been looking for your channel for Showski. He's added to the new, you feel? I've been looking for this nigga shit. Oh, yo.
Trust, this is another low-key banger.
As
There's a lot of shows out there that went over people's head, and I'm just here to bring them to light. Akiba Maid War. If I showed you a random picture, you would think, oh,
it's crazy because I've only seen this nigga on TikTok.
It's just some cutesy maid anime. But that's nowhere near what this is. So our main character here, Nagomi, has no clue what she's in for. She moved to this town to fulfill her dream of working at a maid cafe. So she joins this small, kind of struggling...
Whose dream is to work as a maid, though? That's ass.
Cafe, the Oinky Doink. So she gets dressed, meets a few people, it's her first day. But she's not the only new girl. The other one is actually the same girl who was there on the day when that woman got slimed out. But they go through the first day and whatnot, but afterwards this guy pulls up, talks to the manager saying, hey, you're late on those dues you owe me. And since you can't pay up, I'll take that maid over there. She can handle the Wuff Wuff Moonbeam issue. Whatever the fuck that means. So they go to the back room. The manager hands her an envelope saying, look, all you gotta do is give this to Wuff Wuff Moonbeam. And listen, they just happen to be our parent company's ops, so do what you will with that information. But the other new girl, Ranko, said she'll go down there with her. And look at her face. There's nothing but bad intentions in her mind.
What am I dead? What am I dead? What am I dead? What am I dead?
Though they do take a quick pit stop, gotta get a bite to eat. Nagomi walks out, but Ranko stays in. Old boy hands her a bag. I know exactly what's in that shit. Anyways, they make it to the spot, and the first thing we see is some girl yelling at the top of her lungs, pleading to keep her hair.
Are you shitting me? Straight from the fucking roots, goddammit!
Oh, damn.
And y'all know when an anime uses the hard curse words, they're not holding anything back. But they hand over the note, and I kid you not, that junk said, yo, prepare to be exterminated from everyone at Oinky Doink Cafe. Now remember, Nagomi wasn't filled in on nothing. She moved here expecting to make tea, serve customers, run a few errands, sure, but not to be delivering death threats and getting slapped for it. Multiple times at that. But that's what Ranko's here for, to catch bodies. They walk out the spot and haul ass, cause they were on that. And while this was going on back at the Oinky Doink, they were having some concert. So with all this death and destruction, we hear some cutesy music in the background. I'm telling y'all, this show is fire. Ranko is soloing an entire army. Nagomi's entire understanding of the world has gone to shit, all while some maid girl is singing some crazy vocals in my ear. And there was this one last girl who was begging for mercy, but
allow me to send you off, mistress.
Damn.
My very first day living my dream of being a maid. And I'm ready to leave.
But hold on, I was scrolling through Crunchyroll looking for something to watch. You know what I see?
Honkai
Star Rail. They teamed up with Crunchyroll for a crossover event. Big shout out to Honkai Star Rail for sponsoring this video.
No, I
Is
can't
closing
let
down.
you do it, G.
Long
It's okay.
gang, why is all that feels like watching an anime sponsoring this video?
Get your bag, but not on you.
And now they're back to business as usual. But her dream of being a maid has been corrupted. Everything is reminding her of what happened last night. So homegirl told her to take a little stroll outside, go hand out some flyers. Immediately gets ran off the block. Like, y'all not even in the same gang. Why is all three of you coming to her? But she does meet this girl Narula, and yeah, she's pretty chill. She just gave her some motivation to keep going, and she came back to the cafe cheesing.
What?
I don't know why she's so happy. All Narula said was keep at it, champ, and all of a sudden you forget the massacre you witnessed yesterday. But that smile instantly faded when the manager came back telling us the cafe's closing down. Long story short, she went to this guy asking for a lot of money. He said, I'ma need some collateral though. So she offers the cafe. He gave her money, but it was nowhere near enough. So he said, okay, look, if you want more, just go gamble.
What?
And her dumbass went and did it. Lost everything dude just gave her and the cafe.
We're so fucked.
But she said, you know what? We're not fucked. Grabbed all the money they had in the register and went straight to the casino. You know what they say, kids. If you keep gambling, you're gonna hit eventually. But we find out the guy who lent her money is actually the one running the casino. So she got played twice. So we see everyone split up, going to do their thing. 5 seconds later, cuts back to everyone broke. Not a dime to their name. That's when this lady comes through, telling them about this new game about to start at the super duper poker table.
Really?
That shit just sounds like a scam. Why would we go over there? And you know what the stakes are, since they have no bread to put up.
Hold on, chat, my phone just died.
They had to put their self on the line. You're getting shipped out working on them boats if you lose. And I'm not even gonna act like I know how this game works, but 4 of us lost off rip. So now it's up to Pigtails. And she goes all in. She had the whole game plan set up like, yeah, you think I wouldn't catch on? You never dealt the top card to your associate over there. You won some, you lost some, all to make it believable. But every time you had the winning hand, you adjust your glasses. I see through your tricks. You didn't touch your glasses this time. That means I have the winning hand.
Did you Mechi just win the game? No, she didn't. She lost. What?
Then dude started going off talking crazy shit. I don't even know why he's so mad. Like, nigga, you won. Be happy. But we don't want to hear none of that. Ranka will always give something a fair shot. And if that shit doesn't work, she resorts to the gun, and I respect it. We need someone like you on the team. Especially since everyone had a gun and no one shot shit. So obviously we washed him, walked out the spot unscathed. So this girl decided to throw a grenade. Ranko catches that shit.
You should have cooked it, dumbass.
Oh yeah, I fucks with this show. Hold on.
So now we see another lady who's about that life. She took out this entire warehouse all in search for a figurine, which she was then told it was sold to a man named Kijima, who is this guy that Ranka was about to rock until Shorty stopped it. Then right after, we cut to when this guy pulls up again, got the gun in Shorty's mouth, and he talking about the same thing. Where's my money? Oh, you can't pay me back? I bet you gotta do another job for me. So the job he has is fighting in his boxing match, which they agreed that Ranka will purposely lose in the 3rd round by knockout, but that shit did not happen. Knocked her clean the fuck out. And remember that Kijima guy? Yeah, she popped his ass. Unprovoked. The guy said, damn, why'd she do that? Then caught a bullet to the skull. So she called them up to her office, and manager came up with this off the dome. She said, look, this is all a part of the plan. Ranka will beat everyone up until the final round. That's when she'll lose, granting you a new start. You can rig the match, right?
Probably so.
You want to rig it, right?
Not particularly.
Just lose the finals. You got that right?
Sure, in theory.
So they agreed to this new plan. And the one she's fighting in the final round happens to be that same girl from the warehouse. And what happens next, I'm not even surprised. Everyone in this show is grimy. She had Ranko dump the body in the car, caught it on recording so she can blame it on her when folks come asking about Kijima, and she tells them, don't worry, I ordered my fighter to kill her in the match. Like, damn, is it really that serious? Funny part is, Ranko was about to do a kind gesture, cause turns out Kijima was scamming her. When she dumped the body, the guy was carrying the real figurine for some reason. I don't know why he did that, but she found it and was trying to tell the lady about it. And you out here trying to kill her.
Nigga. Hello? Nigga, that was such a realistic ass knock, bro. What the fuck?
Dumped the body, the guy was carrying the real figurine for some reason. I don't know why he did that, but she found it and was trying to tell the lady about it. And you out here trying to kill her. So they pretty much dominate every fight until they finally get to the last match. And according to the agreement, she is not allowed to fight back, but that's when Shorty got the go-ahead to kill her. Hit her in the back of the head, that's illegal. Went for the eye poke, that's illegal. And right there's when Ranko was about to rock her shit. The bell done saved her. She said, "You getting a little too cocky." So they went through like 7 more rounds of this, and one thing Ranko doesn't play about is her being a maid. Shorty said everyone in the Oinky Doink are all wannabes. See, now we fighting for real. Don't care about the little deal we made, nigga. Now she's serious. Slip. I think she tries an armbar right here. Gets slammed. Nah, there ain't no running. But she blocks the knee, and that's when they show us her backstory. Pretty much, she was always denied the whole cutesy act. At the age of, I don't know, 5, had her going through a whole main character training routine. Like, why are y'all outside? You can do this same thing indoors. So one day, she actually tried becoming a maid, but that junk was a flop. Had dudes hating day one. So it seems like she was hating on Ranko because she was jealous. They're pretty much the same person, just in different fonts, but Ranko found success where she didn't. At the end though, they understood each other. You see how they're both smiling right now? I want you to remember that. I'm thinking after this, they'll let bygones be bygones until Ranko knocked her clean the fuck out.
What the?
Oh my god.
She had to get her licks back. She said, "Nigga, we are not friends." Oh, and by the way, earlier Ranko left a note on the door saying, and I quote, "I would like to tell you something about the body you had me dump in the trunk of the car."
Wow.
Yeah, she was not making out of that. And Shorty joined our cafe.
Nice.
We got her and Ranko. Yeah, we're not losing. So right here is like a little gang meeting. And with this lady being the kingpin, they called up 3 cafe managers to the stage. There are 3 great attributes every maid in our group should have. 1 is the ability to fight. Another is the ability to make money. And then, the most important attribute. You thought I wouldn't notice? You digging in my pockets?
Oh god.
The most important attribute to have is loyalty. And to make sure these attributes are kept up, they sent a drill master to every cafe.
It's a maid cafe, but it's also a pigsty.
Ludicrous.
Huh? Luda what?
Ludicrous.
And the test they were given was to earn 100,000 yen in a week, which is like $600. Long story short, that shit did not last. And later on, the manager was like, "Oh yeah, if we don't pay off the $500,000 in interest within the month for our overdue dues, they said we have to close shop. Yeah, y'all gonna be working forever." So to try and get more customers, Nagomi wanted to host an event to celebrate Ranko's birthday. And Narula mentioned how you can ask other cafes for help, and I don't know why the fuck she believed that. Every cafe we been to ended in a shootout. You got no friends in this industry. So they pulled up to the Sheep Cafe, and this girl was the definition of passive aggressive. It's like she's right there at the line but not going over it, so it doesn't warrant a slap. I will say she is very brave for talking like that though. know, she must not know who Ranko is. She is the first to pull out gun every encounter. So they leave the spot, and 10 seconds later, they get run up on by some lackeys.
Y'all sure you want to do this?
Slip, you're sorry. Weave, punches the gut, 2 to the face, uses the body as a shield here. Pick your mans up. Immediately help that nose. I know that shit hurt. Disarms her. Spin kick, grabs the gun, turns around, and look who it is. You're so lucky Nagomi is ass. All this time and y'all still ain't put a gun in her hand or at least a knife, something. All the Onki doinks got a blick besides her. What are the requirements to get one? But they were forced to surrender, and ain't no way nobody seen your big ass behind that pole. Shaq, we see you. Anyways, this girl is deranged. She's only doing this because Ranko has the same birthday as her.
You serious?
Literally no other reason. So she started filling up this big ass bucket with tomato juice. What a waste. It's like you wanted them to get rescued. It's gonna take 30 minutes for it to even reach head level.
Are you out of your mind? We're affiliated.
The squad came through. Off screen they ass and saved them. They got done so bad, cause how does your feet end up on a table like that? What position was you in for that to happen to you?
I'm the one the group needs in their flock, not that shitty maid who can't hope to bring in customers.
And I rock with this panda, bro. They said, hold on, a lick?
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
That's all I was about to say.
Just how Ranko changed the balance of the cafes, the rival's top dog also made it out the pen. Monami.
Gotta feel the winds of freedom, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. You could have just rolled the windows down. What is wrong with you? But Monami is one of those old heads who can't get with the times. She's been gone for some years and came back to the soft shit and was not a fan.
You don't care that they talk shit about us? And you call yourself a fucking maid?
She walked up to the leader and told her exactly how it was gonna be.
You can boss around those other little bitches, but I ain't one of them. Tell me who took out Wuv Wuv Moonbeam and we good.
And that's exactly what she did. Told him Oinky Doink did it. So for things to make sense, Kingpin is the top dog on our side of town. And Monami, while she isn't the official top dog on her side of town, she gets treated like she is. And Wuv Wuv Moonbeam was a part of her side and we wiped them out. And the Kingpin isn't really fucking with us right now. Not only did we wipe out Moonbeam, but we also wiped out the Sheep Cafe. And the Sheep Cafe were the moneymakers on our side. So she couldn't care less about what happens to us. But Narula, despite being a part of Monami's side, still filled us in on what's going on. They're planning to storm Oinky Doink and then annihilate the entirety of our side. And there's only 6 of us here who seen that note, so how does the police know about it? Unless Narula was handing that note to every cafe, which one of y'all leaked? I wouldn't be surprised if Nagomi's loudmouth ass was the one who said something. Tell me why, after the police pulled up on Monami, she orders them to find a rat. They narrowed it down to Narula, but Narula was already one step ahead, was already hiding away. The ramen guy, knowing we're cool with her, tells us where she's at and look at Nagomi.
Narula!
Huh?
Narula!
Do you not get the point of what hiding is? Why are you running over there in the first place? And why are you yelling her name? Nagomi is the type of person you don't tell shit. You gon' tell her something one day and she gon' start thinking about it out loud. But that's when Monami herself pulls up and Narula got shit on. All she had was a blade and Monami laid her out. Not gonna lie, Ranko, you're a dickhead. Narula risked her life, well, lost her life, because she wanted to help y'all, and you really sat here saying, nah, this is none of our business? Since when was that decision made? I'm hoping this experience finally pushes you to pick up a gun, cause you always out here doing nothing. But 2 days later, Monami comes marching downtown with 17 soldiers, so they start swarming the building. Imagine getting stomped out with a door. So she runs back inside, tags in Ranko. That's one down. And who gave her a Uzi? But that's when Ranko said, look, Pigtails, be ready. I'm gonna go out there and start blasting. Use that chance to take out the leader. But look who pulls up. Nagomi went through her ninja arc and was ready to fight.
Who the hell are you?
A ninja? That's a ninja? That's a ninja! Miss Minami looks like a ninja. I am not a ninja! I'm a maid!
No, cause why they do her like that, gang? Why they do her like that?
Clocked her shit instantly, but she does get the Uzi though. So they walk up in a spot. Got binked on the back of the head with a chair. And her entire squad is buns. We ran through them no problem. Your own subordinate had to pull you away from this ass beating, but you was not getting away. So Ricky, craziest part is, she tries to call for backup but gets told, fuck no. Get with the times, Grandma. We don't want violence. I had a talk with Kingpin and we decided to join them.
Damn.
So she just took a seat on a park bench. Nagomi and Ranko pulled up, and Nagomi was like, look, I won't forgive you, but I won't kill you.
I told you I'm a maid! Lovey, the heart!
Hell you talking about, bro?
So she walks off, heads back to the headquarters, and they lit her ass up.
Damn.
And remember how the lady was like, oh, we're joining Kingpin, we'll merge as one. Yeah, it didn't play out like that. Monami and her squad was the only people they had who was really about that shit. So now that they're gone, they have to agree to whatever demands Kingpin has, cause what are they gonna do about it? And now your entire organization is nothing but pawns. But later down the line, they held a funeral for her, and not gonna lie, 70% of y'all in here are fake. When Monami got out of jail, y'all wasn't rocking with her. And when y'all blicked her down, I saw nothing but smiles on y'all face. But Kingpin knew there was some heavy tension between them and Oinky Doink, so she said, you know what? Y'all go settle this on the field with a game of baseball. And at first they were playing fair until they started getting washed. Cracked her straight over the head. Now Nagomi was still determined to play fair and square, but that didn't go for the other members. Pigtail said, "Aight, you wanna play like that? We could play like that, bitch." All I did was tag her, it was my knuckleball. And the rest of the game was just grimy. They were barely playing a sport anymore. They was looking for the best ways to hurt each other. And why did this girl say, this is for Monami, and aimed up? Nigga, she is not up there. I can guarantee that. But Nagomi's constant positivity got the other team to calm down. Realize what they're doing is stupid. So the rest of the match was a nice fair game. Until she got slimed out by one of Monami's lackeys. Now, she got dealt with immediately though, and I thought they would have ended the game, but they kept playing. Did the rest of the match fair and square. The Oinky Doinks cooked them. But one thing we find out is that Ranko and the Kingpin were old colleagues. And Ranko wasn't always this cold-blooded. She was actually more like Nagomi back then. But once that woman at the start died is when she changed. So now they're at the Zakiba festival that celebrates the very first Maid gang leader. And this year is special since everything will be ran under solely Kingpin. They came up with this very detailed plan to ensure the Lions Cafe victory, and not gonna lie, no way you expect anyone to read that.
Oh my god.
Also, why are we selling pig feet? If you wanted to keep the pig theme, y'all could have done pork chops, bacon, shit, pork rinds. Just hit up Walmart and get a few bags. Anything would be better than pig feet at a festival. But the next day she gets a phone call and the dude is telling her, yo, if you violate them guidelines, you're clipped. Done. Out of here. But guess where them guidelines end up? In the garbage truck.
Wow.
Also, the game that we're supposed to let the Lions win is the climbing of the statue. We're all supposed to make sure the Lions get to the top first, but remember, we ain't read that fat ass pamphlet. We going for that win. Face to face with the head lion, and she was working her, can't even lie. Thank goodness Ranko pulled up. She just dragged her down with her. And with that, we put Oinky Doink on the map. She really killed that man for that. Not gonna lie, it's really your fault for trying to get niggas to read that novel you gave them. But now we see this guy who I didn't talk about earlier because I didn't think he was going to be important. But we've seen him multiple times in the other episodes. But this is when we find out that he's an assassin. And Ranko was his target, but over time, he found himself falling in love. Asked her out on a date, which they do go on, and Ranko was feeling him too. So he then asked her to run away with him. He's tired of doing this job and wants to live a new life. with her. Told her tomorrow at 9, he'll be waiting at the station's town exit if she chooses to join him. But right as he leaves, the panda walks up, wanting to tell Ranko the story of a certain maid. Once there was a young girl who came to Akiba with dreams of becoming a maid. Although she got to be a maid, all she was given was menial tasks. But then a certain someone appeared who took a liking to her. So she was given a very important job. Take out the head honcho of a rival maid cafe, and that's exactly what she did. Thinking she would now rise in the ranks. But she was nothing but a pawn. Luckily someone saw, allowing her to escape. But then she gets hit by a car, like it's just not a good day for you. And now I guess for the next 15 years, she decides to hide in a panda costume. I don't even want to imagine what it smells like in there. But she tells this story just to let Ranko know that man is lying. All he cares about is eliminating his target. Ranko turns to her, slaps the mask off her head and then heads back to the cafe. But turns out she ain't kill her. I really thought she did for a sec too, because that's something Ranko would do. But she actually does decide to leave with him. Says goodbye to Nagomi, heads off and waits for him at the exit. Thing is though, Panda beat her to it. Shot that man in the alleyway. So with him never showing up, she goes back, sees Panda in a corner, and Panda tells her there's something you should know. 15 years ago, the one who had me kill your manager was Nagi, aka the Kingpin. And she's the one who gave the order this time too.
So that's how it's going to be.
It's Okachimachi!
For a second I thought they done killed off Panda, but she's fine. But they stuck a note to her head saying that the Oinky Doinks are now disowned from the group. And now that they're disowned, it's only a matter of time before they come down and take us out. And things went a full 180, out here vandalizing our cafe, and one of our regulars, turns out he was killed and then dumped in the river. Took him out all because he liked going to the cafe. So Ranko tells us this is probably her fault. Her and Kingpin used to be close friends back in the day, but will always get into arguments. She thinks Kingpin disowned them because of their past relationship. So she said, tomorrow I'll go down and settle this. This fight is between me and her. But you think we gonna let you go down there by yourself? No. We're with you until the very end.
Thank you so very much.
Huh?
Guys?
Yup, get your ass up. We need a hostage. But Kingpin doesn't give a damn about no hostage. Told him to annihilate everyone in that bitch.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Ranko and Nagomi just pranced inside the main headquarters thinking it was sweet.
Just the nigga I wanted to see.
And I hate when villains don't finish off the ones that are challenging them. Why are you inviting them into your office? But Ranko was like, look, I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you either. Huh? I can get you a seat with the higher ups. All you gotta do is go kill the Oinky Doinks.
What?
Are you dumb? See, I hate when I try to make sense of things that aren't supposed to make sense. I don't know if that gun was loaded, but she could have took it and ended you easily. And then Ranko goes to tell her, yo, you should visit the cafe one day. I really enjoy it there. She looks at Nagomi and was like, was she the one who got under your skin? What does she have to offer?
Everything. She reminds me of Miss Michio.
Then Kingpin goes on the whole power is everything rant like, okay, why are you telling us this? Last time I checked, Ranko is a killer. She doesn't even follow anything Nagomi says. That's just her friend. You acting like she influenced any of her decisions. But then she tells Ranko to choose me or her.
You're both too precious and dear to me. Please let them off in exchange for my life. Oinky Doink Cafe is my only home.
And after hearing that, Kingpin said, "Aight, fine. Just make 10 times more money from now on." Okay.
Damn. 3 hours later.
Would you like to take that?
Yes. Could you please wrap it as a gift?
Ranko? Ranko!
Damn. Broad daylight.
No bullshit, I really wasn't going to finish the show. until I seen the type of time Nagomi was on. She dragged this maid into the alley, told her to tell me where I can find the maid who killed Ronco.
You're that pig from Oinky Doink.
After that, she squealed immediately, told her it was someone from Wuv Wuv Moonbeam and how the Kingpin is rounding up soldiers to crush Oinky Doink.
Now you go tell the other creatures. Nagomi Wahira is in mourning. Tell them I'm black now.
So she goes back to the cafe, tells everyone we gotta get more guns. They're coming after us.
You need to calm down.
They took out one of our own. They kill one of ours, we take out one of theirs. They drop one, we drop four. And then immediately after, she gets called acting like, I want to root for you, but you're sorry. And she's really just losing it right now. But so is Kingpin, because all of a sudden she wants to take us out again. Why? And she's crashing out on her own employees because they said, hey, we haven't paid off the police yet, so we should wait before taking out the Oinky Doink.
Oh my god! I gotta get out of here! Too late!
Why is she acting like this? But then Kingpin comes in, kills the ramen guy, and not gonna lie, this ending is all over the place. We started serving them like normal customers. Nagomi gets shot mid-performance because she reminded Kingpin of young Ronco. At the end of the performance, she shoots the lion lady for clapping, proceeds to empty the clip at Nagomi. You'll see the result in a second. But then the pink-haired girl shoots Kingpin. Panda finished her off with a bamboo spear, but the only thing I'm mad about is the fact that she is still alive. Bitch, you killed Ronco and the rioters let you live? Are we serious?
Crazy.
Anyways, 19 years later, Nagomi is still a maid, but in a wheelchair.
Hold on.
Fuck is that ending? Peace out, YouTube. I'm sick of these fucking ads.
Tell a nigga rob me in this bitch, smoking off the dope. I be stalking, and I got this hoe built like coke. She be popping in this hoe, flooding off the Mary. I be popping. Everybody that you fucking see, I done dropped it in this bitch like I'm Jesus. Raise a toast, I be godly. Me and Twin like I'm Batman. He be robbing, red and black, spinning every day. We ain't stopping. Being dizzy on the way for the low, we gon' drop it.